Warning, this is a family-friendly radio. Children of all ages are welcome to participate.
This is my grandpa's geocaching talk show.
This podcast is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Listen to other great podcasts at www.techpodcast.com.
And now for our latest news.
All right. Since last Sunday, 7 days ago, we have had 161 listeners to our radio station. From our episode 1 to our episode 2, which is today. So we thank you for all those who have listened to this show. And we hope you enjoyed it. And we hope that you continue to listen as well. This weekend, I spent a little bit of time doing some maintenance on a couple of my caches, which wasn't really maintenance at all. I went out to find them because they were showing as missing. I could not find, did not find, would not find, or whatever it was, and so I went out and looked for them myself. I couldn't find them, so I had to temporarily disable them, and hopefully sometime this week I can get them going back up again. I think one of them was washed away with the heavy rains we've had here in the last few weeks. There was a lot of debris washed out and down the big hill into a little creek that you had to jump over to get to the cache. So the other one, I believe, I don't want to say what happened to it, but it's missing from a tree limb. And it was attached to the tree limb, and the limb was still there. And so I believe somebody needed it worse than I did, so I'm going to have to replace that one as well. I've been listening to other people around the world on cacheface.social, and they are having about the same problems that we are over here in the States, that they're getting a lot of rain and nasty days where they're doing some more of the indoor caches. And let's see, what else can we talk about here? Okay, let's talk a little bit about cacheface.social. This is a new website. They have had an older website called cacheface.com, and the owner and developer of this website decided to upgrade and to make it a better, bigger, and more efficient website. So he has developed one and called it cacheface.social. He started this out live on 6/22, and today is 6/29. And so far, just within that short amount of time, we're already up to 113 members. So the website is growing fast. Come on over, sign up. It's free. That's where all the geocachers hang out and share all their stories, events, adventures, all the geocache related things that happen out there. They have a chat. There's an event page. There's videos where you can put your videos on or watch other videos. There's groups on there that you can join, or you can create your own group. There's a forum page, and then the album page, which shows all the albums of all the members, or you can go to your own albums, and you can do a lot of things on this page. It shows you the members and how many members there are. You can invite friends, and wow, it's just amazing how well this website is laid out. And thanks to Paul Pilot Suggs, the owner and founder and designer of this website. And he done a fantastic job on it, and we all appreciate it. I think we'll get a lot more use out of this one, and we just hope that things work out as well on your adding more things to the website. I've been hearing that you've been adding other things to it, but you just haven't got it set in there yet. So, yeah, we're definitely waiting for more to happen on this website. But come on over and join up, and just all you need is a geocaching name or your regular name. Most of them use their name and geocaching name when they sign up, and a password, and you're all set to go. So that's cacheface.social. Another thing I want to express on here is that we have this open for kids. Also, we would like to hear from some kids as to their adventures, their stories about their geocaching finds. I know that the children or the kids, however you want to call them, I call them the little adults. We'd like to hear about what they have done out there in their adventures. We have a page that you can go to that has a voice message on it, and all you go to speakpipe.com/hikerjames, and that's spelled HIKERJAMZ. And that page will show you a recorder, and it's for 90 seconds. And you just record your message, review it if you'd like, and then send it. And it comes straight to my email, and I can download that message and upload that message and play it on the air. You don't have to give your real name where it says that the name is required. I would like to have your geocaching name. If you don't have one, if you're not listed yet, as some children are not listed, just put your nickname or something in there to get that to send to me. Well, whatever you put on there as your name when you go to that website, that's the name that I'm going to use on the air. And let's see how many recordings we can get from that this week, so we can play it on the air next Sunday. Last week we had one. The Ginger Geocacher called in and left a message on the voice message and told about the event that she was going to, and then she made some video of it. And if you want to check out her website, I'll give you that information here in just a little bit. Okay, I have found that information on the Ginger Geocacher. Now here's the address. If you got a pencil, write it down. It's thegingergeocacher.wix.com/thegingergeocacher. Now, if you didn't catch all that right now, you can rewind or however you want to do this. I'm used to the cassettes, where you have to rewind them. But you can go back and listen to this program again. Just mark what time you see on here, and it's where you can just zoom right back to that time and catch that name of the website. And once again is thegingergeocacher.wix.com/thegingergeocacher. And she has a little boy that she takes with her called Little Ginger. And I believe he's 3 or 4 years old. And it's exciting just to watch him as he does little different things on there. Sometimes he's all excited about what's going on, and sometimes he looks like he's ready to fall asleep on everybody. So listen up to this station, and we'll come up with some more things here in just a little bit. I want to mention also that not only do you have to send in a message about your adventures and stories, things like that too. If you have any questions about geocaching or anything related to geocaching, put that in there also, and we will run your question over the air and give you the answer the next week. We do not have live shows, so we don't have a call-in number, but we do have that voice message to use that as often as we need to. Also, if you want to send an email and have your questions written out, or if you want your adventures and stories and whatever just to be read over the air, you can send that to Radio Talk Show 2013 at gmail.com. That's Radio Talk Show 2013 at gmail.com.
We'll be back after this commercial.
Hello, fellow geocachers. We would like to take this opportunity to introduce TravelFleas.com. We are a company devoted to expanding your fun and adventure while geocaching. It's always exciting when you discover a cache, and for many of us, it's even a bigger thrill when there's a trackable hidden inside the cache. Discovering a trackable and being able to move it along its journey involves us more in the game. Now you, your group, and your clubs can become part of the journey by attaching your own personalized travel fleas to a trackable and go along for the ride. What are travel fleas, you ask? They are brightly colored, durable metal tags personalized with your geocaching username. Instead of just signing a log and moving on, let other geocachers know who you are by attaching your personalized travel fleas tag to a trackable and join the journey. To purchase your personalized travel fleas, visit our website at travelfleas.com. Happy geocaching, the team at travelfleas.com. All right, next up on our agenda, we're going to talk a little bit about another game that adults, kids of all ages can play also. This one is called Monster Cache. A gentleman from Kansas, Eric Barr, has come up with this app for your phone, and when you go up on online and check this out at monstercache.com, you can get that app downloaded on your phone. It's free, and they give you some coins to start playing with. And what it is he had taken a bunch of monsters and virtually placed them all over, and the object of the game is there's a net on your app, and when you hover over a virtual monster, it captures it. Now, next Sunday, we are going to have Eric on our show explaining the game, explaining how he made the app, and explaining what he does. What it's just all about the monstercache.com game, app, and whatever. But yeah, I just wrote that down on my calendar, and it's going to be a 17-minute audio, and I don't have time to play it today, so we have less than 17 minutes left on this show. No, wait. Oh, man, I messed up there. I was thinking of a 30-minute show. We have a 45-minute show here today, so let me get that program and start it right now, and we'll listen as Eric Barr describes Monster Cache.
Hi, my name is Eric Barr. I'm the owner of Lanatech Software. the developer of Monster Cache. And want to thank Hiker James for giving me the opportunity to talk a little bit about Monster Cache today. I'm based here in Kansas City, Missouri, or actually a suburb of Kansas City, Missouri, Olathe, Kansas. And I've been a software developer for probably about 20 years now. This is the first phone application that I've made, but done a lot of web development over the years. But I really wanted to make this game Monster Cache because once I got a smartphone, I was really into location-based games and wanted to make some kind of location-based game. And always, growing up, I've always been into maps. I've really been always interested in maps. I ride my bike a lot, and I've always enjoyed sort of getting a map of the area. This is back kind of before internet maps. I'd get a big paper map of the area and highlight different routes on the map that I've gone, and so I could see where I've been. And I just have different maps of different places that I have on my walls and things. So I've always been into maps. And then when the internet maps came out, Google Maps and stuff, I definitely really into that. Enjoy just looking at different places on Google Maps or Google Earth. That's again sort of the ultimate map. Being able to look at a map of anywhere. So as I learned more about Google Maps, I learned about how to use their API to do some programming. So I'd done some other projects using Google Maps. So then when I decided I wanted to make a location-based phone game, I knew I wanted to use Google Maps, and then I'd also had some experience with geocaching. So naturally, being interested in maps, I've had interest in geocaching. I haven't done a whole lot of it, but definitely I've always been interested in it. I have a friend who does it, so we definitely talk about it, and I hear about it a lot. So that was sort of definitely something that I had in mind. And so as I was playing with the Google Maps, I definitely wanted to have an app where the Google Map appeared and somebody could see some place to go, they could go find something. And then I hadn't really decided what I would have be findable yet. But I knew I wanted to have some custom icons, and my brother is an artist, and so he enjoys drawing, different creatures, these monsters and things, and so I thought that was a perfect blend of using his talents combined in the game, and so that's how the whole idea of Monster Cache evolved. So that was about 2 years ago, back in March of 2012, that kind of just started getting the idea and just started working on getting Google Maps into a phone app, and had my brother start drawing some pictures. And I was doing this sort of in my off time, so I spent many months getting it going, and realized not too far into it that I also needed some help doing some graphic design. That's not my specialty. I do more back end, database programming, and so I needed someone to sort of take the pictures that my brother was drawing, take the programming that I was doing to show the map, and create a nice looking, easy to navigate application. So that's when I got my a friend of mine, Kent Holra from Simple and Stout Software, to help me out with the design. So my brother Matt doing the illustrations, myself, Eric doing the programming, and Kent doing the design. That was our team of developers. So that was, like I said, we started about a year ago, and we kept going. And then probably about 9 months into it, we had a pretty good application, and we started working on we wanted to make a website that we could lead people to promote it. So we had one other person, Josh Clausen, who helped out also with the website and made our great video. We really liked if you've seen our video on our website, just a little promo thing showing how to play Monster Cash. And then we were ready to launch, about 1 year ago. So we actually launched Monster Cash for Android on February 1st, 2013. That's when the Android version came out, and we'd had it, just us and a few friends and family who have been testing it out a lot, my wife using it a lot. So just a handful of us who've been using it. And when we launched, that was sort of, I guess, what we considered the bigger beta test, our first launch. Again, Android was on February 1st, 2013, and we got the Apple version out just a month later, March 1st. And so we did some promotions. Again, just started emailing some people, family and friends. We actually did a booth at a comic show that worked out fairly well for getting a decent amount of people going, and started getting feedback, some really good feedback from a bigger group of people. And so we started making some adjustments off of that. We started out, we didn't have the same sounds. We didn't have the monster roar sound when you open up the application. We just had one sound, which was when you found a monster, it made this sort of siren sound. And we got some good feedback that if somebody was has his wife driving and he was sitting in the passenger seat playing Monster Cash and found a monster and the siren sound came on and it freaked his wife out. She thought it was some kind of emergency vehicle or something, and they suggested, you might want to do a different sound there. And so then after we agreed, and we started looking for some more sounds, and got the ones for finding a monster and changing a level, and we decided to make the monster sound also. We considered making a lot more monster sounds for maybe considered making a sound for every monster, but that just seemed too big of a task, and we considered making one for every level, but that couldn't really figure out how to make a sound indicative of a whole level. So anyway, we just came up with the trumpet sounds for the sort of finding a monster in a level. But the sounds were definitely a good improvement. Another adjustment we made were just some platform issues, when you're just testing with 5 to 10 people. Of course, you don't get to try out a lot of different platforms. We had a couple different Android phones, a couple different versions of Android, and they worked fine. But once it got out there, to getting into the dozens of people, then we started hearing about some other platforms that were doing some funny things. So we just had to make a couple adjustments on that. And one other thing we did was, we generated a few more monsters because we heard about, that there were a couple of people who opened up the app for the first time and didn't see a monster. And we really wanted, of course, for the first time you open the application, you want to make sure that that person sees a monster, because otherwise they might, it's not clear what's going on. There's not clear if the game is not working, or maybe just not even clear what's supposed to happen. And I tried to address that just by doing some calculations about the size of the viewing area and the size of the United States, and trying to make sure there was at least one monster per square mile. So that's how sort of came up with the number of monsters initially. There's about 3 million square miles in the United States, in the contiguous United States, not counting Hawaii and Alaska. So for the level 1 monsters, we initially generated a little over that, about 3.5 million. So again, the idea being that hopefully there's about a monster per square mile, and the view window, when it comes up, is showing somewhere around that area, so that people should hopefully see a monster. But just the way, because of the random placement, we found there were definitely some dead spots. So we did generate a few more level 1 monsters to try to make it so that people would always see a monster in the beginning. So yeah, again, that launch was just for the United States when we launched last year in February and March. So that was just for the United States. I think it was about 6 months later we came out with a version that made some of those adjustments. And then we added a few more features over the next few months. And then just a few months ago, sort of the end of 2013, we expanded to launch in Western Europe. So, on the Android and Apple stores, you can select specifically what countries you want to release an app in. And so for most apps, they can probably release all over the world at once if they want to, not worrying about language issues. But if you're not worried about translating your app, you can just release all over the world at once. But for us, since it was a little bit different, we had to have monsters in every country that we wanted to launch. We had to have the monsters placed. So in the beginning, I had just placed monsters in the United States. But a couple months ago, we did the monster generating algorithms to generate monsters throughout some of the bigger countries in Western Europe: United Kingdom, Ireland, France, Germany, Spain. And we'd already had a little bit of interest from some people in Germany when just found the website, and they tried to sign up. This was when I had a beta that could be downloaded outside of the App Store, and they'd actually downloaded it and signed up, and then I had to let them know that we weren't in Germany yet. So I thought that might be, an area where there'd be some interest, and I let the people know once we got the Western European countries done that was out there. And we did get quite a few people signing up from Germany pretty quickly. If you look on the Legends board in the app, I think that Germany is the European country with the most players on the leaderboard. And speaking of that, I just want to mention that there are a lot more players signed up in the app than appear on the Legends board. So, as of now, beginning of February, we've got almost 200 people on the Legends board, meaning almost 200 people who have found at least one monster. But we've got quite a bit more than that have signed up and just never caught a monster. So I think a lot of people just don't realize either that it is a location-based game, or maybe they think that they will try it and then decide that they don't want to go to find a monster. It's definitely a unique style of game. Most people, when they play phone games or tablet games, they do it at home on their couch, and they don't have to go outside the house. So if you have a game where it's location-based and people have to actually go to a location, I think we understand that that's not going to appeal to as many people, and it's just not going to get as many players. But we knew that, from knowing geocachers and doing some geocaching ourselves, that it's a fun hobby, and that there were going to be people who would enjoy it. Even though if it's not as big of an audience as general game players, we knew that there was a lot of people out there who were going to enjoy playing it as much as we were enjoying making it and playing it ourselves. So that's sort of how everything evolved over the last 2 years. As I said, we sort of worked on it slowly over the first year and then launched a year ago and have had a couple versions come out since then. The only thing we've made some adjustments to is the pricing. Of course, that's always hard. We always knew we wanted to do a free game. We didn't want to make people pay to try something and find out that they didn't enjoy it. We always wanted to make the download free and let people try it out before they decided whether they wanted to spend some money to play longer. And we also wanted to have the option there to be able to play longer without spending money. So we have the referral system in there where people can refer the game to friends and get coins that way. So we adjusted some of those things along the way too. And we always try to do some promotions on Facebook and things to other ways to get people coins in the game so that they can buy more nets to catch the monsters. So that's about it. Again, I want to thank Hiker James for letting me talk today. And if you go to monstercash.com, you can, if you haven't downloaded already, there's links there to download the game. You can see our promo video there. We're always open to feedback too. So there's a feedback form on the Monster Cash site, so you can send us feedback that way. Or if you want to like Monster Cash on Facebook and post there, that's another way to get us feedback. But we hope that there's a lot of people out there, geocachers and people who haven't geocached before, who will enjoy playing Monster Cash either way. So thanks again, and hope you enjoy playing the game.
All right. Thanks, Eric. And we hope that you have a lot of luck with your Monster Cash apps. And now I want to throw in a short audio of me and a friend that went geocaching. This was last summer, but it's still interesting to listen to, and we're going to play that for you right now. Hiker James here with a buddy of mine. We're going to go out here and geocache. Called me up and said he wanted to run out here and find a few today, so you think we'll find any?
I think we can find a few.
Okay. A little chilly out here. I think, what is it, about 50 something?
48, 50.
48 to 50 degrees, so the sun's shining real bright, so we don't have to wear a jacket. Okay, we'll keep up with it here in just a little bit and let you know how things are going. Okay, we found a couple caches out here, and we're all like on our third one. The coordinates keep taking us over here to this side of the bike trail. We spent probably about 20 minutes looking for it there, and as we walked across the bike trail, wouldn't you know it, 19 feet off, which was about how far we were from ground zero. But after we sat there and thought about it for a while, the coordinates kind of straightened up and put us right at 2 feet from it. So we're not going to give this one away either. Quite a few people out here on this bike trail today. This is about the third group of people we've seen. They're just out here having fun with their jackets on. All right.
Lots of people out here today.
All right. Here we go again. Wow. What do you got to say about geocaching?
Geocaching is fun. I think everybody should do it.
All right, there you go. And if you would like to learn more about geocaching, you can go to geocaching.com. Okay, and after you get there to geocaching.com, over on the left hand side towards the top of the page, right underneath where it says geocaching, you'll see Learn. And if you put your arrow over on Learn, you'll see Geocaching 101. Click on that. That will take you to a page where there is lots and lots of information on geocaching. And any questions or anything about the game, getting started, finding geocaches, hiding geocaches, trackables, it explains to you what they are, how do you log them, what does the word or acronym mean. There we go. That was a hard one to get out. How is geocaching pronounced, and just different things about your GPS, and what is a GPS and how does it work. It tells you how did geocaching start, where are they located. It's just full of questions, and you click on whatever question you have there and it will give you the answer. Also, if you look down at there's one here that really is important. Are there different types of geocaches? This is underneath the word the game, and there it says yes, there are currently over a dozen cache types in geocaching, with each cache type being a different variation of the game. See the full list of geocaching types, and you click on that geocaching types, and it will give you a list of all the different types of geocaching, like the traditional, the mystery or puzzle, multi-cache, earth cache, letterbox. There's lots of different things to do besides just going out and finding a container in the woods. Okay, we're not too far, I don't think, from the end of the show. We've got about 7 or 8 minutes left. So anyway, I hope this show is a little better than last week's show, and we hope to hear from someone during the week about their weekend or week trips out and their adventures and stories. And also, I want to mention this too. If you have a long story, try not to make it over 30 minutes long. But if you go, everybody has this on their computer. And if you go to start on your computer and go to all programs, and then from all programs go to accessories. All right, and click on accessories, and from there you'll scroll down to where you see where is it? Sound recorder. Okay, you click on sound recorder. That will pop up a sound recorder, and you can actually record as long as you like on there. And when you're done and you stop it, it'll have you save it. If you save it into a program or a folder or wherever you save it at, it will be as an MP3, and you can go into your email and send an email to radiotalkshow2013@gmail.com, and then go to insert and insert that audio into that email, and I'll get it, and I can play that on the air as well. So if you've got a longer story to tell, do it that way. That's fine. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show here. So thank you, everyone who has listened to this one and last week's also. And we hope to be hearing from someone. Okay, just in from Mr. Yuck. And Mr. Yuck, you just about didn't make it. I was getting ready to close the show. Mr. Yuck from opencaching.us. He is a big blogger out there, a worldwide blogger. And he had sent me an email. And this is what he had to say about it. He was talking also about Monster Cache. It says, I checked out Monster Cache before interviewing Eric, the game's creator, for Blogspot. But I've really been getting into the game since then. I've captured 52 monsters now. I'm at level 5 and have 6 badges. I'm number 15 in the world on the leaderboard, It's a fun game, and I know Hiker James has tried it too because I see him on the leaderboard. All right, Mr. Yuck, and let everybody know here that if anybody's interested in reading your blogs, they can go to opencaching.us and find all kinds of information on there. Every week he comes out with a new blog about somebody or something. So check him out and see what he has to say. Now we're going to end the show. Okay, this is the second time I've tried that today. So anyway, everybody, and until next week, we hope you all enjoy your caching experiences and your monster caching experiences if you happen to try that out. And this is Hiker James After Cache signing off. Be careful, be happy, and talk to you all later.